There's just so much more to hear.
Download our podcasts at DubaiEye1038.com.
Dubai Civil Aviation Authority is banning drones within a 15-kilometre radius of the Dubai Airshow next week. Joining us on the line now to give us some more insights on this is one of Dubai's leading drone entrepreneurs, Rabih Rashid, the Managing Director and founder of Feds, formerly Falcon Eye Drones. Morning, Rabih.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, Rabih. Hey, good to talk to you.
Yeah.
So we got two stories. We'll get to Abu Dhabi searching for oil with drones in a second, which is fascinating. But first of all, the move by Dubai Civil Aviation Authority to ban drones within 15 kilometres of the airshow. As a drone operator, what do you make of this?
Well, I mean, clearly they have to block the airspace. There's flights, there's testings, there's shows, there's the whole drill. I mean, we knew this, being here for 5 years, we knew the airspace would have some interruption. And the area around the airport anyway is always closed within 5 kilometers. So that's an airport area anyway. So they've extended that space this time due to all the events and testing that will happen. But it's not a big deal, really. We're ready for it. And, these occasions happens a lot. Sometimes it's not so public. Sometimes the military is doing some training, so we will be informed privately that certain airspace would be closed. So this does happen quite regularly.
We were talking earlier on about this, Rabih, Malcolm in particular, saying, is there a danger that the drone industry globally could be regulated or over-regulated out of existence?
I don't think so. I do not believe so at all. There's plenty of airspace. I think I've mentioned it before. There will be, just like for commercial airlines, they fly at 30,000 feet, and helicopters at certain altitudes. I believe at one point drones will have their own corridors, if you like. That it will be their own airspace. They will follow it, so they will avoid routes that interferes with commercial airlines. There will be specific areas for them to land and take off. So I don't see it from that point of view, from air safety point of view, to ever be an issue, especially that, we see the push from major civil aviation. They're really working on integrating them rather than see them as a nuisance like they did a few years back.
We've been talking this morning about the company DJI, which makes something like 70% of the world's drones.
Yeah.
They're developing a technology that's going to allow the public to track the registration of drones in flight. So within a kilometre, if you see a drone up there, you can point to it and you can sort of work out exactly who owns that drone, where it's come from, etc. Sort of like a Flight Radar 24 for drones. That could sort of help put people's minds at rest somewhat.
Yeah, this is where we're heading towards. So this is what a lot of companies are racing to develop. So DJI developed this device, and for now it only works with DJI drones. So it can only detect their own drones. Otherwise, they'll have to hack other systems to recognize them. So those devices are available today that you can purchase it. They're portable or fixed, and then they will track within a certain radius all drones in the area, and it will also detect where the pilot is. So it's not only just where the drone is, it will detect where the pilot is. So this is really good and helpful. But the push is obviously, just like you said, like you can open an app today and see every plane in the skies. We will get to a point where you will see every drone in the sky. Obviously, we'll have your screen will be so much cluttered because today, there's 10,000 airplanes, but with drones, there'll be, millions of them. But that's where
when we spoke last week, Rabih, you said that a sensible future for drones was in the area of surveying, mapping, industrial construction, etc. And this announcement that drones will do the legwork for exploration teams in the oil and gas market fits fairly nicely into that. I mean, normally we associate underground seismic activity to help with oil discovery. How do drones way up in the sky fit into that?
Yeah, well, I mean, drone at the end of the day is a tool, is a flying machine that adding the right sensors will do different jobs. So when it comes to oil exploration, first step is understanding the geography, understanding the land. And initially you'd have to map these lands. And most of the time reaching these areas are very remote. So in our case, it's way in the middle of the desert, and to send a team there, it's expensive. To send a helicopter or a main plane, so these are really expensive things. But now you can send a drone from a few kilometers away. It will scan the area, and it gives you an exact geography at the surface level. So that's the first step that you would need. And then after that, you could use drones and unmanned machinery to deploy, seismic sensors or anything they would need to install that, so they can drop them, they can come back and collect them without having to send a full team to, deep into a jungle or deep into a desert.
Rabih, thanks very much for talking to us this morning. Rabih Rashid, the Managing Director of Fed's Falcon Eye Drones. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
There's just so much more to hear.
Download our podcasts at DubaiEye1038.com.